Today's shout out is Calling Corners New Age Boutique in Truro, Nova Scotia. I can't say enough about these ladies. It's an amazing, amazing store. The crystal selection is perfect and they know what they're talking about, and they have great classes. They have other readers. It's beautiful. If you like, please check on Facebook some of their website. I'm going to link that in the description below, but please give them a shout out. They are amazing.
Morning everyone, my name is Kelliena. I'm a psychic from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Today's video is going to be about what the guardians are saying about dating in this pandemic, where we can't physically meet someone at this time, but we can online date, we can speak to them and all that. I had a request from someone about this. So, before we get into that, I'll just kind of focus on what the energy this morning from the guardians. The guardians this morning during the meditation, they were really focusing on the beauty of everything at this time. Like this morning, for example, in Nova Scotia, it's raining. We're in Halifax. It's cozy. Ken and I we always have our tea and coffee in the morning. So we have our cuddle time and we were just listening to the birds, and it sounds like summer. Like we can hear the finches, we can hear the cardinals, the crows. Like it just sounds very, very magical. And the guardians were like, that's what they want us to focus on right now, is just being still and listening to nature, because that can be very healing and very powerful at this time. The other part too they're focusing on is creating in the kitchen what we feel is cozy. So like something random. I made a vegetarian chili. I've never made a vegetarian chili before, so I'm really excited to make it. Ken supervised me the whole way. So it's going to be, I'm just excited to have that because I think that's going to bring in some good energy. Just a random note, guardians are really big on beans. They're really big on anything bean based. So if it's soybean, chickpea, like hummus, baked beans, anything like that, like when they show that, like the energy is really, really high. So if you like beans, like it's a really great way to connect and ground your energy. Just a heads up on that. I know it's random, but that's something that may help. So today's video was a request from one of my seekers, and what the guardians are saying right now, and I've been seeing this like the last week. I've been speaking to a few clients where I'm actually seeing soulmates come together. Like the soulmate cord is coming very strong. So during this situation with the pandemic, I know I spoke about before in other videos, there is a lot of opportunities here for soulmates to reconnect. So I also understand that there is frustration because we can't go meet them. We can't go to the coffee shop. We can't go physically meet them. So, but what the guardians are saying is that there is an energy where it's sort of like divine intervention, where they're creating that space. The universe is helping you just focus on, okay, communicate and get to know this person before the physical piece. And what it's going to do is a couple things is going to happen. One is it's going to actually act as a filter so that you don't invest energy or time on someone, like meeting them or like, doing the whole physical, like doing the like going meeting for coffee, dinner, that kind of thing, if the vibration isn't there. Because usually what happens, especially because everyone's intuitive and feels energy, especially now, like the energy is really much more intense. So those who are dating, what's going to happen is that you're going to have maybe start speaking to someone or texting them, and you may only need like 3 or 4 texts, and you could translate very quickly, like, okay, is there something here or not? And it's going to, this social distancing that we have right now, it's going to act as a filter, and it's going to work in your favor because it's going to create that space where you get to take your time. There's no pressure. Because I remember when I was dating, I dated a lot before I met Ken on online dating. I could do a video on that another time. And a lot of times what would happen is I always had a rule where when I dated, I would talk to the guy at least 2 weeks before meeting them. That was my rule because that was always a good filter. Because if the guy didn't respect me, and this happened a lot, like a lot of guys would be like, no, we're to meet now. Like I would send him like 3 texts and they're like, okay, we're meeting. Well, I need to meet you in the next hour or so. And I was like, no, I don't know you. I'm not going to meet you until I find out more about you. So with this, where everyone's on a lockdown or we can't meet, it's, they can't put that pressure on us. And it's something that we do get to take our time. And the other part too, which I love, is that there's a lot of creativity going on. There's virtual datings happening. There's, other ways that we can get to know someone on a higher level. And it's also going to, one thing the guardians say is that when you do meet, the energy is going to be so, you're going to know them so well that it's going to make the energy much more comfortable rather than talk to them a couple times and then meet. It won't be so heightened, if that makes sense. The other part too, because it's just, I really feel a part of this because everything happens for a reason. I think one of the things that I'm seeing is this pandemic, it's creating such a space for us to connect with ourselves, but also to soulmates and to connect with earth and connect. Like there's so many opportunities here just to be still that I think it's when we look back on this time, I think we're actually a lot of us are going to see this as a very, I know it's a very scary time and there's a lot of stuff happening. But there's another part where it's also going to be very beautiful that we can spend more time with our children. We can spend more time with our family in our home and just connect with that, have that freedom to do that. So I hope that helps with that. But that's just something that the guardians are saying with that. And we're going to focus on today's reading. So I'm going to start doing, I think I'm going to start doing oops, let me make sure that's tight. Sorry. I'm going to start doing a tarot series. I'm going to go card by card because I had a request about that too. Just kind of like a quick, like, this is what the card, my understanding of the card, and to see if that helps. Because I have a lot of students that they're learning about tarot. So I think hopefully that will help right now. Okay. So we'll start with Aries. Oh, and Aries. So a lot of clearing for Aries today. There's an energy here where they're focusing on, there's a couple of things. One is that today's going to be a really good day for Aries just to decompress, rest, recharge. Like I just feel like your guardians are asking you it's like to nap, drink more water, that kind of energy. It's like a real rest day. So the card is 4 of Swords. So it's just sort of like a day just to take time for you and to know that it's okay to take time for you. Taurus. Ace of Wands. Taurus, this is like a go get 'em day. This is a day where you're going to get your to-do list, get organized. There is something about business ideas or creativity coming to you. Music's going to be important. Listen to the music that keeps repeating, and listen to the music if you get a song stuck in your head. That could be a translation. The other part too with Taurus is something about keeping extra warm today, because they're putting a blanket on Taurus. So I almost feel like keep warm today. That seems to be important. And then for Gemini, 2 of Swords. Gemini, this is an energy about balancing. It's about balancing of speaking and listening. There's an energy that this is a time to kind of step back and try to really see the situation from all sides. And it's an energy to balance work and play. That's kind of the focus right now. Cancer, 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is one of it's kind of like to learn. So this is a really great day if you're on YouTube watching other tutorials, getting a book, reading, that energy is going to be a little bit more stronger, more important. They keep focusing on reading, gathering knowledge. That's what she's focusing on right now. Leos, 5 of Pentacles. Leo, this is a time to really honor what you're feeling. So if you're feeling tired, rest. If you feel you need more water, because it's just about listening and honoring your body. The energy might be a little bit loud today. So today's energy for Leos, I would really recommend be very conscious of your words. So the less you say, the more you're heard. It's also a time because what I'm seeing here is that there may be someone who is whose energy might be a bit intense, like it maybe come through words. Maybe they're a little bit, not rude, but just borderline, like a little bit more intense. So Leos, I would just recommend really focus your energy, be keep the words kind, even though I think that the energy might be a little bit intense, because right now I think someone around you is going through a very deep release. And one thing with Leos is that you're strong. You're like, no, I'm not putting up with that. That's not okay, which is great. I think that's amazing. In this case, however, I think it's someone is not grounded, and I think they're saying something that they don't really mean. It's more that they're dealing with a fear and energy like that. So the guardians are just saying with Leos, keep words kind. Virgo, 2 of Pentacles. Fitness. They're saying fitness. They're focusing on, it feels like you may be working out more, greens. Oh, so one thing the guardians are asking for Virgos is they want you to learn or study a wee bit more about the chakras. Chakras are going to help you connect. There's a way that you can activate some of the chakras. I could do a video on this another time. Is that you eat the color, so you eat the food and you eat, so if you're like, okay, I want to work on my solar plex, you could eat more food that's yellow, like bananas, or like have more lemon tea, anything like that, just that will open up the energy. So Virgos, it's about fitness and working with your chakras, or learning your chakras. Libra, 4 of Pentacles. So this is a time to focus on budgets, your savings, what are your financial goals. If you're planning on buying property or a cottage, this is the time just to kind of do some research on that. Like, what would that look like? Scorpio, 10 of Swords. Scorpio, today's energy is an aura where it's kind of similar to the Leo, where keep words kind. The energy might be a little bit louder for you than normal. So one thing I would recommend for Scorpio is knowing it's okay to create more space for yourself. If you need to just curl up, read a book, or just something or even going for a walk if it's not it's raining right now. So if it's not too bad, just something just to create your own space. Because I almost feel like Scorpios today, you might need a little bit more time to ground compared to other days. Sagittarius, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so she just said Sagittarius today, it's they're saying that you're going to feel a very powerful and spiritual redirection because it just feels like Sagittarius, you guys have been really cleaning and purging the last few weeks. So right now I think that there's a change in direction where it's like, okay, you're giving yourself permission to rest. So they're showing puzzles, they're showing books, Netflix, something that you can just rest and recharge. So today's energy, the next couple of days, just rest, connect. That I think is going to be more important. Capricorn, 4 of Cups. So Capricorn, they're saying today's energy might be a little bit more slower than what you would want, but it's an energy where it's a time to reflect. It's a time to gather knowledge. It's not a time to take action the way that she's showing this. I think it's just more about gathering knowledge. Resting, reading, that energy is going to be really important the next wee bit. Aquarius, 9 of Swords. So Aquarius, today's energy might be a little bit louder. So today it's really important to ground, work with crystals. They're showing a lot of crystals around you. Have it in your pocket, your bra, your purse, just something, carry a crystal, because I think that will shield. Because today Aquarius is going to go through a really major purge, and it's going to remove some aura that should not be there, which is very important. They're also saying that someone's going to reach out to you that it's hard to explain, because I think they're making a situation about them when they're not involved. And there's something that I think that you're going to call it on them. The only thing the guys are just saying is keep your words clear and gentle with that. Just a heads up on that. That's all they're saying on that part. Ooh, okay. Pisces, Tower. So Pisces, very powerful breakthrough for you. This is an energy where you're going to have clarity in a situation, especially when it comes to romance or something regarding soulmate connection. So you and your partner, if you're with someone, you guys may have a breakthrough. It's like, okay, this is what we want to do next. If you're single, there is going to be a translation given to you either through a dream or a sense where you're like, okay, this is where my partner is. That aura is going to be very, very strong. That's what they're focusing right now. The moon's still in Cancer, and it's an energy where a lot of dreams, a lot of connecting with our emotions. Mothers, we may reach out to our moms or a mother figure more stronger today. So just sort of a heads up on that with it. But yeah, that's all they're saying. All right. Thank you so much for checking this out. Again, if you have any requests or if you have anything that you want me to focus on, just please comment below. Thank you so much for checking this out. Take care.